Welcome back to my channel, Wendy J. Haney. Today we're talking about 60-degree triangle rulers and how much fun you can have with these. You might really not know how much fun they can be, and you can make some really cool things with them. I didn't know until I was introduced to them by my quilting friends. Thank you, stick around and I'll share with you all that fun. So, I'm Wendy J. Haney and this is my channel. I'm here to help you discover the joy of quilting and learning. It is not intimidating and you can have a lot of fun with it and just enjoy the joy of quilting. So, 60-degree triangle rulers. Yeah, they're kind of cool. 60-degree triangle ruler is a triangle that is the same length on all three sides. Yeah, it's a nice triangle, right? I have a 12-inch one and a little baby one that goes to 6 inches, 2 to 6 inches. And I'm not going to go into all the details of using the ruler, all the wonderful markings on it, because you know what? You can go out there. This is a Creative Grids ruler, which I really love. It's got little sticky things on the back, and it's got this QRC code on it that you can scan, and it'll give you all sorts of information on how to use the ruler. I'm going to show you the more fun part about them, what you can do with them. So, 60-degree triangle rulers. You know those border fabrics that you find at the fabric store and you go, oh, isn't that pretty? And you're like, well, I really don't have a quilt to put a border on that I want to use that with. And what else would you use it for? Ha ha ha. Well, that's where the fun comes in. That border fabric turned into this table runner. Yeah, looks pretty impressive, huh? Yeah, it kind of looks complicated, and it's not. You can do this all with your 60-degree triangle ruler. This is one I made a while ago. This is one of the first ones I did when I was introduced to the triangle ruler, 60-degree ruler, and using border fabrics. So once you learn how to do this, you kind of get a little addictive to finding border fabrics. Yeah, I love cardinals. So that is one of my favorites. So, but you can also just do this with strip piecing. So I went into my stash and pulled out some fabrics and put together just strip pieced. So kind of I created my own border fabrics. These fabrics, I'm guessing they came either from my mom's stash or possibly either my grandmother's stash. But they went well together, so I'm going to be able to demo how to use this ruler. So let's get rid of these. So, assuming you want to just play and figure out how this ruler works, sew a number of strips together. There you go. The cool thing about these rulers, both ones I have, they are flat on the top. They've already cut off that pesky point. So all you need to do is put your ruler down and make sure the bottom fits in your, over here on your edge, but you put your top, your point at the top, and cut your triangle. Whoopsie. That's what happens when I cut it kind of the wrong way. Oh, come on, you little bugger. Oh, I didn't want to go through my... There we go. So, now I have my first triangle. And then you just go through here and flip it around and do the same thing. This time you're pointing the point at the bottom. And I'm really hoping my strip is long enough to get me 6 pieces. So hang on here. We're going to get this cut out here. I hate to say it, I might not get my 6 pieces. So there we've got 3. Wish me luck here. Nope, it's not going to make it. Doggone it. I should have gone with less fabric. Oh, well, for the most part, I'll be able to demo pretty much what I want to. That's what happens when you're winging it on a Monday night. I started out, and doggone it, I screwed up the recording, thought I hit record. I had a great video going, and then discovered, oops, it wasn't recording, doggone it. Okay, well, I'm gonna get 5 out of here, so I'll be able to show you the intent. So now we've got your triangles, and then you can just start laying them out. And as you can see here, because of how they got cut, you're gonna have one, oops, hang on here so you can see it. One triangle will have the pink on the bottom, and then because you flipped it, the other triangle is gonna have it on the top. So depending on how you lay out your triangles, you could end up with a really interesting layout. And I did it very oddly because I also varied the sizes of my strips. So there we go. I have a very interesting kind of table topper here. And I could flip this around and go, okay, this size is going to be all the same. So there, if I do it that way, if I do it, pull this in so you can see it. If I do it this way, where I put all the same pieces together in the middle, then I get kind of a hexagon thing going. And then I would actually need 6 of the exact same direction. Whereas see my other ones, if I add this to the side, all of a sudden I'm going to have my pink in the middle, which could be kind of interesting. So it's one of those things you just kind of play with. So there we go. That works kind of cool, and you'll just practice, play with it, decide what you like. Personally, I go the easy way. I buy border fabric. I was at my local store the other day, and they had this fabric. Oh, did I say I liked border fabric and cardinals? Yep. So I found this one. I already cut a strip off of it. But the thing with these, we'll lay this out this way so you can see, is basically as you're looking at your fabric, you want to get this right. You want to see where your repeats are. In this case, the black rows are actually different. They're opposite of each other. The birds are facing opposite directions. That's okay. But essentially you've got the same repeat in the middle. Based on the size of my ruler, I didn't want to screw around with trying to do a repeat all the way from here to here. Yeah, so my repeat is going to be from here, the edge of the black, because this is just kind of, well, it's just kind of the start of that they didn't finish. So it's logical for me to start my repeat at the very top of that black, and then I'm going to go to the top of the middle strip before it starts another black. So essentially then my repeat is here, here to here, and then I can have another strip here to here. So essentially I've got, I think, 2 yards of fabric. So I've got quite a bit to work with. Some people like cutting their strips out of their border fabric by hand with a trusty scissors. You know what? That will work, and if that's you, go right ahead. Just get your scissors out and cut there. Border fabric is just like panels. They're not exactly straight all the time, but you know what? I go ahead and I use my long ruler and I just cut. I just kind of move it along and I cut my strips. So that is what I've already done. So you don't have to watch me do it. So I have my strip done, which is my border piece. And I should have plenty of this now. So with this, once again, we're going to just cut from the bottom. And sometimes we need, fudge it a little. Fudge it. Fudging is completely fine. And the things The patterns I like to use that are really cool, the two patterns I showed you were from the Triangle Frenzy. That's one. I also have a Triangle Frenzy Hexagon, and then this one is Triangle Frenzy Runner. All of those are by Bunny Cleland, and they are just so much fun. Really great instructions on walking you through how to use the 60-degree ruler with border fabrics to do some really cool things with it. So I'm going to just finish cutting this, and then Kevin will probably speed this up to do. And then you can see how this is going to look when we're dealing with a border fabric. Now, one thing about this is, as I'm cutting this, one thing I've done with border fabrics, for example, this fabric. This fabric has these beautiful cardinals on it. And so if I wanted to make sure that each of my triangles had a cardinal in it, I would want to possibly fussy cut them. So this one, I just, well, accidentally got it in there. But if I wanted to next time make sure this cardinal gets in here, I could fussy cut around it, and then that would mean the next one I would flip around and probably move over and get the next cardinal in there, and likewise. That way I can get a cardinal in each of them. What's the chance I got that in any of these? Oh, 1, 2, I got cardinals in 2 of them. Oh, 3, I did pretty good. So you know what? What do we got here? We're going to try and get my cardinal in more of them. It means I'm going to lose a little fabric. So that's the thing when you're looking at your fabric, figuring out, okay, am I going to, need extra fabric because I'm fussy cutting or not? So, kind of an awkward way to do that. Please be careful when doing that. Well, boy, I just butchered that one, didn't I? So I got my that one. Okay, what's the chance I can get that little cardinal in there? Well, not quite. So that guy's going to get chomped a little. Not quite enough. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, we got a little sloppy there. Okay, so now that I have these, it will be more obvious to see, because now I have, what I do oftentimes is I put them together in piles. So these all have the white tip. And this has the white on the bottom. So I make my separate piles, so then I can decide what I want to do with them. All right, there we go. I personally think I'm not going to necessarily want to do something like this, which I obviously could, but hate to say it, it isn't working for me. So what I will most likely do is do 2 little table toppers, one with the white in the middle. Thinking we don't want that in the middle there. Oh yeah, this is going to be very pretty. It's not going to be very big, though I could easily add another border or something on the outside. Oh, there's my pretty cardinal. I fussy cutted. Oh, I got two of them fussy cutted good. Yep, if I'd been thinking, I would have done that from the get-go. So, there we go. I now have a really pretty Christmas table runner with the nice white in the middle, and the cardinals are on the outside. I'm actually very pleased with that. So we can put that together. Otherwise, the other one is going to basically be the same thing, except we're putting the white on the outside. And oops, because I fussy cut it, I'm short one. So I would have to cut into another strip in order to make that work. But that's working for me too, and actually I have more cardinals that actually ended up fussy cutting that worked in there. So those are the things as you're working with your border. So it might be easiest to start with a simple fabric that you don't need to fussy cut, and well, it's just easier that way. So yeah, I'm going to start with the white in the middle. So when you're doing this then, and you're piecing, this is the other thing. When you're piecing your things, you've got borders, so you're going to want to be careful and match them. So as you line up the edges, make sure you pay attention to that your fabric borders line up. And that's why I would always pin them, and then you're good to go. And then basically you're going to, so for this table topper, I would sew these three together, and then I sew the three on the other side, and then bingo, you have a straight seam, and you fold it over, and you've got your hexagon table topper. So I think that wraps this up. So that is the fun that you can have with the 60-degree triangle ruler and cool border fabric. It's really going to make you look now when you go shopping, because a lot of times those border fabrics end up in the sale bin, and you can get some really good deals on those fabrics and have a lot of fun and make table runners, table toppers, all sorts of things. You know, you could even deal with these kind of things in a quilt if you wanted. Hope you got good work. Whoa, it's been a long Monday. Hope you found help with that. Go out and get a 60-degree triangle ruler, some border fabric, and have some fun. Take care. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. You can follow me by doing one, subscribing to this YouTube channel, hitting the bell icon on the subscribe button so you're notified every time I drop a new video. But you can also find me over on Facebook, Wendy J. Haney. So facebook.com/Wendy J. Haney. Also, I have a Facebook group for people that love needlework, books, wine, all sorts of things also. The name of the group is called Life Fulfilled, Quilting, Needlework, Wine. Basically, you can't miss it. It's facebook.com/group/Life Fulfilled. You'll be able to find it. You can also find me over on my website, wendyjhaney.com. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all your comments and feedback that you're providing me. Take care.